You weren't supposed to see this. This was hidden, sealed, veiled under layers of divine mystery. But Archangel Michael, he could no longer hold it in. He couldn't keep silent while your soul walked into the shadows unaware. He flashed it before you for a reason, because you needed to see this right now, not later. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. This very moment is chosen. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. This is divine intervention. Heaven has been watching you. Watching every tear you swallowed in silence. Watching every moment you pretended to be okay when your spirit was begging for help. You have become the silent warrior, strong, resilient, but secretly exhausted. Your soul has been whispering, "Please, someone help me understand what's really going on. Why do I feel this pressure? Why do I sense something is being hidden from me?" And now, you're beginning to see why this message had to come through. They didn't want you to know this. Not yet. But heaven overruled their plan. Because the truth is, you've been surrounded by watchers, spiritual and earthly. Not all of them had good intentions. There is a reason you've been feeling anxious lately. There's a reason you've felt eyes on you when no one is there. There's a reason your dreams have been intense, revealing, and sometimes frightening. They are trying to prepare you. Trying to awaken something ancient in your soul. You weren't crazy. You weren't overthinking. You were being shown glimpses, hidden codes, subtle signs. You felt them, didn't you? Archangel Michael couldn't bear watching you suffer silently anymore. That's why this message is here. That's why it flashed into your life. He's been screaming for your attention in ways you didn't recognize. Birds flying too close. A name repeating again and again. Flickering lights. Sudden chills. Words spoken by strangers that struck you deeply. All of it was coded. All of it was real. And now, Michael is begging you, don't skip this. Don't scroll past this like it's just another message. If you do, the very guidance you have cried out for will be delayed again. And delay, right now, could cost you more than you imagine. Everyone in heaven is talking about you. Your name is on their lips. Your name is echoing in the halls of angels. Not in judgment, but in divine awe. Because you've held on. You didn't break when life tried to crush you. You didn't curse God even when you were surrounded by loss. You didn't run away even when the pain was unbearable. And for that, you're about to be rewarded. But not in the way you expect. God is not just sending a blessing. He's sending a revelation. A holy unveiling of something, someone, who has been walking beside you for years, but not for your good. Someone you trust has been hiding something. And not just anything. something huge. Something that could change the way you see your past, your present, and your future. The reason you feel so spiritually attacked is because their lies are breaking down. Their mask is slipping. Their grip on your path is weakening. They feel it. Heaven is exposing them now. Not to shame them, but to set you free. This isn't punishment. This is rescue. You are being pulled out of a manipulation so deep that even your spirit didn't fully realize how far it went. That woman, the one whose energy makes you feel uneasy even when she smiles. That man, the one whose silence speaks louder than his words. That family member, the one who avoids your eyes. There's more behind their actions than you know. Archangel Michael has seen the spiritual contracts formed in secret. He saw who spoke your name in envy. He heard what was said about you when you weren't in the room. And still, he stayed near you, shielding you as much as heaven would allow. But now the time for silence is over. God says, this is the moment of divine exposure. What was hidden must come to light. What was spoken in whispers will be shouted from rooftops. What was done in darkness will now be judged in light. And you, yes, you, will be vindicated. But only if you accept this warning and choose not to ignore it. Ignoring this means walking back into the same traps they've set for you. Ignoring this means spiritual blindness. That's why you must hear this with your soul, not just your ears. Someone was paid to lie to you. Someone took an oath never to tell you the truth. Someone promised another person they'd never let you rise above your pain. And yet, look at you. You rose anyway. You kept walking. You kept loving. You kept praying. That's why heaven has now authorized full exposure. In the coming days, you will feel an intense spiritual shift. Things that once made sense will suddenly feel wrong. People you once tolerated will begin to repulse your spirit. Conversations that used to calm you will feel irritating. Why? Because your soul is being recalibrated. Heaven is aligning you with a truth so divine, so liberating, that it may shake your entire emotional foundation. But it will also give you wings. Michael says, your crown is being polished in heaven as we speak. The enemy tried to dirty it with shame. Tried to replace it with fear. Tried to convince you it was never yours to begin with. But God says, I saw you when you thought no one did. I watched you cry in silence. I recorded every heartbreak. And I counted them as offerings. Your pain was not pointless. Your wounds were not wasted. They were sacred seeds. And now, child, your harvest begins. But the harvest cannot come if you remain connected to what heaven is trying to remove. There's a woman who calls you the beloved, family, or friend, but she is not who she says she is. She carries envy in her heart like a dagger. She watches your success like a hawk. And when you're not looking, she speaks curses over you with a smile. Heaven is not asking you to hate her. Heaven is commanding you to release her. The more you keep her close, the more your blessings are delayed. The more you hold on out of loyalty, the more your energy will be drained. Michael says, you don't owe loyalty to someone who prayed for your downfall. Let that sink in. Your silence has protected many. Your kindness has covered the sins of others. But now, the covering is being removed. You will begin to notice truth coming out in strange ways. Accidental confessions. Sudden messages. Dreams so vivid you'll wake up shaken. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit receiving divine downloads. Record them. Pay attention. They are keys. There is a document with your name on it that was hidden. Financially, someone tried to keep your inheritance from you. Spiritually, someone tried to swap destinies with you. In your family, someone pretended to bless you but secretly made you the scapegoat. But no more. God is saying, I am undoing it. I am unblocking you. I am restoring what they took. This is urgent. If you ignore this message, the window may close. Heaven operates on divine timing. And you are standing on the edge of breakthrough. Archangel Michael didn't flash this message randomly. He is crying out, please listen to this. Please wake up. Please see who's really for you. You've always known you were different. You've always sensed your life had purpose. But others mocked that inner knowing. They tried to dim your light. Called you too sensitive, too emotional, too dramatic. But heaven says, you were never too much. You were just surrounded by people who were too small to understand your calling. Your soul is ancient. You've walked through fire in past lifetimes. You carry the wisdom of generations. That's why you feel so deeply. That's why you know things before they happen. That's why you can't shake the feeling that something big is coming. Because it is. And it's been delayed long enough. This message is your release notice. This message is your spiritual jailbreak. You weren't supposed to see this, but now you have. And nothing will ever be the same. Archangel Michael stands beside you with his sword drawn. He is cutting cords, emotional, spiritual, ancestral. He is exposing lies. He is revealing who truly loves you. And he is ready to push you into the next dimension of your purpose. But first, you must choose. Choose to believe what your soul is showing you, even if your mind resists. Choose to walk away from what feels safe but drains your spirit. Choose to trust that God is working behind the scenes. And choose to act now, because delay is disobedience. Heaven is whispering, this was your moment. Don't let it pass. Michael is crying, I did everything I could to get them to see this. Please, please open your heart now. And God is declaring, my child, I am restoring you. I am redeeming the time. I am releasing justice. I am revealing the truth. You are chosen. You are protected. You are not alone. Now go, walk into the light I've prepared for you. And as you take that first step, the heavens begin to shift. Watch what happens next. This time, no one can stop what's coming to you. Because now, you've seen the truth. And once you see it, you can never unsee it again. Let it begin. God says, I'm watching you right now as this message reaches your soul. This isn't just a coincidence, beloved. This moment is sacred. You weren't supposed to see this with human eyes, but Archangel Michael has made sure that you do. The truth is, this message was never meant to be public. But heaven cannot stay silent anymore. Archangel Michael flashed this message on your screen, and now you're standing at the edge of a divine secret being uncovered. You are not imagining this. You are not overreacting. You are not reading a simple text. This is a divine leak. A revelation. A sacred breach from the heavens, only because they chose you. They didn't want you to know what was being said about you. Not now. Not yet. But I, your Father in heaven, have commanded the veil to be torn open, and your name, your story, your pain, is being read out loud among the angels. Everyone in heaven is talking about you. And not just because of what you've survived, but because of what you're about to receive. But hear me, they tried to keep this moment from you. They tried to hide this confirmation. They tried to cancel this miracle. Beloved, what you're reading right now, you weren't supposed to see this. Not yet. But you've suffered in silence for too long. You have walked through fires without letting anyone see the burns. You've cried at night while smiling during the day. And while others looked past you, while the world didn't recognize the weight you were carrying, heaven did. And now they're whispering your name across the sky. Michael stood before my throne and pleaded. He cried for you. Let them know, he shouted. They've been faithful when others walked away. They've kept believing when everyone else gave up. They're still standing, and now their soul is breaking. Please let them know what we've been planning. And so I gave permission. That's why this is on your screen now. That's why your chest feels tight. That's why your heart is racing. That's why the air around you feels heavy, like the whole atmosphere is watching. Because it is. You. They said, We see the way they suffer, but they still believe. They are walking proof that love is stronger than pain. That devotion is louder than doubt. That faith is real. Beloved, they said, the world hasn't seen someone like this in centuries. They are marked, chosen, crowned with divine glory. They must not be told too early, or the enemy will try harder to block them. But Michael couldn't take it anymore, because he saw how much you've endured, how your spirit almost gave up last night, how you felt alone again just this morning. He broke protocol. He flew through dimensions. He placed this in front of you. Heaven knows your heart has been breaking. And this is your rescue. You are standing on the edge of a divine reversal. An avalanche of miracles is about to fall at your feet. Someone has been instructed to find you. A door that was welded shut is now unlocking from the inside. A person who was assigned to betray you is being removed from your path. A hidden inheritance with your name on it is about to be unveiled. And the reason the pressure has increased lately, the reason you felt so attacked and drained, is because the enemy heard whispers too. They sensed something was shifting. And they threw everything they had at you to make you stop here. Right at this gate. But beloved, you did not stop. You kept going. There is something I need to reveal to you, and it will shake everything. There's a woman who has been monitoring your life in the background. She doesn't want you to rise. She smiled at you in public, but behind closed doors, she cursed your name. She took information about you and twisted it. She delayed connections. She whispered lies into the ears of those who were sent to bless you. But heaven is exposing her now. Archangel Michael saw her last move, and it crossed the line. She was given a final warning. She ignored it. And now, divine exposure is erupting. That woman has been hiding something in her purse. A photo. A note. A small item tied to a spiritual attack. She carries it with her everywhere, like a talisman, but its power is broken now. Because the blood of Jesus is speaking louder. And Michael has been assigned to remove the spiritual chains she tried to place around you. But that's not all. Someone else, a man from your past, is about to reappear. He's been dreaming about you. He thought he moved on. He thought your chapter was closed. But then something happened. He saw your face in a dream last week. And in the dream, you were crying, but glowing. You said one sentence to him, and he woke up in a sweat. Since then, he can't eat, can't sleep, can't focus. Because your voice is echoing inside his soul. This man is tied to your destiny in ways you can't fully understand yet. His return will not be random. He carries a message, a confession, a truth that will rewrite how you see everything. He was blocked before, but now heaven is unblocking him. Michael has cleared the path, and he's being pulled toward you with divine speed. Beloved, I have seen every single injustice. Every time someone looked past you. Every time you were used, abandoned, blamed. I know the loneliness that has followed you even in rooms full of people. I know how strong you've had to pretend to be. I know the smile you put on so no one else would worry. I know the nights you cried into the pillow so no one would hear. But you were never alone. Heaven has been recording it all. And now the records are open. The scrolls are unrolling. Your name is glowing on pages of gold. And a verdict has been reached, favor is being released. Michael has received the order. And as you're reading this, he is already flying to deliver it. That breakthrough you've been praying for, it's on its way. That person who ignored your worth, they're about to regret it. That door that slammed in your face, it's reopening, but now you'll walk through it as royalty. The people who laughed at your dreams, they'll watch you shine on stages they never thought you'd reach. The job, the connection, the financial release, the healing, it's all unfolding now. But I need you to believe. I need you to not give up before the final step. The enemy is going to try one last trick. He will make you feel discouraged. He will send distractions. He will tempt you to retreat. Don't miss this by closing your eyes now. You have already come too far. You are seconds away from the moment everything shifts. You'll feel it in your spirit. You'll feel the air around you shift. You'll hear unexpected news. You'll get a strange message or call. These are your signs. When they come, remember this message. And don't be afraid. This is not the season to shrink. This is the time to rise. Heaven has turned its spotlight on you. And what's coming next will shock even those who tried to bury your name. A divine reward is coming for every silent sacrifice. An anointing is being poured over your household. A reversal is coming for every false accusation. A reconciliation is coming that no human could orchestrate. But here's the sacred part no one told you: a child is about to speak something to you. Something pure. Something innocent. Listen. Because it will be heaven's voice using their lips. It will confirm something you've been unsure about. Take that moment seriously. Write it down. That will be your divine green light. Beloved, what you're feeling right now is not confusion. It's recognition. Your soul has been waiting for this. It knows what's coming. It knows the timeline is aligning. It knows this is your moment. That's why your heart is beating differently. That's why your eyes are watery and your spirit feels like it's vibrating. Because the veil between heaven and earth has opened for you. You weren't supposed to see this yet. But heaven couldn't wait any longer. Michael couldn't keep still. God couldn't stay silent. So now it's in your hands. Open your heart. Receive what has always been yours. The clock is turning in your favor. The angels are writing your victory in the sky. And nothing, no spell, no curse, no betrayal, can stop what God is doing in your life now. You are about to walk into a season where what was whispered against you will be shouted in your favor. What was taken will be restored. What was hidden will be revealed. What was broken will be made whole. You are loved. You are chosen. You are divinely protected. And this is your moment. Hold on to it. The heavens are watching. Michael is weeping in joy. The enemy is trembling in fear. Because you finally saw it. And now, nothing will ever be the same again. God says, you weren't supposed to see this, not yet, not until the time was right. But something urgent happened. Archangel Michael couldn't wait anymore. He intervened. He flashed this on your screen even though the gates of heaven trembled, because the truth has been hidden from you for too long, and what's coming can't wait another hour. You may feel it already, that unexplainable tug in your spirit, the whisper that has followed you like a shadow. That wasn't just your imagination. That was divine. That was real. And now, it's time to reveal everything. Beloved, every corner of heaven is talking about you. They whisper your name with both concern and hope. They have watched you stumble. They have watched you cry when no one knew. They have seen you choose love over revenge, peace over chaos, silence over screaming. And because of that, because of your heart, they have been planning something huge. But they didn't want you to find out yet. They didn't want you to see what was coming. Why? Because it was meant to be a divine surprise. But something has changed. Archangel Michael stood up today. He stood in front of the council and said, "Enough. They need to know. Right now. Because your name was just written into a scroll that very few are ever placed on in heaven, the scroll of divine inheritance. It is sacred. It is powerful. It only holds the names of those whose lineage was destined to break generational curses and change the outcome of thousands of souls on earth. You are one of those. And now, the truth cannot be held back. You may not have known this yet, but someone recently tried to block your next miracle. A woman, someone whose face you wouldn't even expect, placed her energy in the way of your destiny. She sent words behind your back. Words meant to cloud your blessings. But those words never reached their target. Why? Because Archangel Michael stood in the path and absorbed every drop of that energy, protecting you even when you were unaware. Yes, beloved, you've been heavily protected. There are angels around you day and night. Even in the moments when you feel forgotten, they're still there. Even when you think you're praying into silence, they are listening. And right now, those angels are weeping with joy because this message reached you. They feared you'd scroll away, skip it, or dismiss it. But you didn't. And because of that, something just unlocked. A door in the spiritual realm just opened. This door is tied to something you lost. Not an object. Not money. But a person. Someone whose soul was once so deeply connected to yours but drifted away, not by fate, but by interference. That connection still lives. That thread is still alive. And soon, that person will be pulled back into your path, but not as they were before. They will return awakened, clear, humbled, and spiritually aligned. Because God is rearranging hearts and minds behind the scenes. And your name is at the center of this transformation. But there's more. Heaven didn't just whisper about your name. They spoke about what was done to you. About the betrayal that shattered you but didn't break you. About the financial storm that was designed to drown you. About the health scare that tried to steal your faith. Every one of those moments was written on the wall of the heavenly sanctuary. And each time you chose to keep going, each time you chose faith over fear, a golden line was drawn through your name on that wall. And now that golden line has become a map. A divine blueprint. One that leads straight into your inheritance. This inheritance isn't just spiritual. It's not just emotional healing. No, this is bigger. There's something being returned to you in the physical realm. Property. Wealth. An apology. A confession. An opportunity. And a divine appointment. All tied into one blessing, all waiting behind the door that just unlocked. But listen carefully, if you walk away from this moment thinking it's just another message, the enemy will try to use your doubt to close that door again. That's why Archangel Michael stepped in. That's why this message is different. He's asking you, begging you, not to ignore the signs that have been all around you. The dreams. The repeating numbers. The gut feelings. The sudden urges to pray out of nowhere. The flashes of someone's face who hasn't been in your life for years. It's not random. It's heaven's way of speaking to your spirit. Even now, as you read this, something inside you is stirring. That's confirmation. Now, here's what they didn't want you to know. Someone tried to rewrite your destiny. There was a night, exactly 29 days ago, when your name was spoken in a conversation that was never meant for heaven to hear. But it was overheard by an angel. That angel rushed into the throne room and said, "They're trying to delay the miracle we've been preparing." Heaven acted immediately. They erased the false words spoken against you and replaced them with divine truth. But because of that interference, you've felt delays, stagnation, confusion. That ends now. God says, the delay was not denial. The silence was protection. The pause was preparation. You are about to walk into a season where everything starts making sense. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the delay, the unanswered prayers. It's all been leading to something unimaginable. You are being positioned in such a way that even your enemies will have no choice but to watch your elevation. And they will not be able to stop it. In fact, one of them, yes, one of the very ones who tried to curse your name, is about to become the reason a huge door opens for you. God is using what they meant for harm as a tool for your promotion. But listen, beloved. God is asking for something too. Trust. It's not enough to just hear this message. You must trust that what He said will happen. You must pray with expectation. You must speak as if the miracle already arrived. You must act as if it's already yours. Because your words have power. Your thoughts have weight in the spiritual realm. If you speak doubt, it causes interference. If you speak faith, it activates acceleration. Heaven is listening to you now more than ever. That's why they're urging you not to speak negatively about yourself, even in jest. No more, "I can't." No more, "It'll never happen for me." No more rehearsing pain. Instead, speak life. Speak miracles. Speak restoration. Say it out loud, "God is working behind the scenes for me. I will not miss what belongs to me. What's mine is returning multiplied." And beloved, Michael wants you to know this too. He saw you crying that night. The one where no one was around. You didn't even pray. You just cried into the silence, wondering if anyone heard. Michael heard. And he went to war for you. What could have destroyed you didn't, because he blocked it. What could have ended your purpose didn't, because he shielded you. And now, he is placing something in your path. It will not look like a miracle at first. It will look like a choice. A decision. A strange opportunity. But it will be disguised grace. Don't miss it. Don't overthink it. Step into it boldly. Heaven will catch you if you fall. And lastly, here's something even more powerful. There's a person from your bloodline who passed over years ago. They've been watching your journey closely from heaven. They know what you've been through. And recently, they made a request in heaven on your behalf. They asked God to send you a sign. A message. This is it. That person has a special message for you, and it will come through someone unexpected very soon, a stranger, a random conversation, even a dream. Pay attention. God is saying, you've waited long enough. It's time. The next 3 days are important. There will be signs, watch for them. Even the smallest thing might be divine, a bird landing near you, a certain song playing, someone mentioning your name in an odd context. Nothing is coincidence now. Everything is connected. And if you've read this far, know this, something already shifted. The moment your eyes touched these words, your name was lit up in the spiritual realm. Angels assigned to you have just received fresh instruction. Miracles are being routed to your location. And the woman who tried to hide this from you is already being exposed, spiritually, emotionally, and publicly. Justice is coming. Love is being restored. And heaven is moving on your behalf. Don't skip this. Don't doubt it. Speak it. Believe it. And get ready. Because what was once withheld from you is now being handed to you with heaven's seal of favor. God is with you. He always has been. He always will be. God says, you weren't supposed to see this. Not yet. But Archangel Michael forced this moment into your life. He bent the rules of heaven just for you, beloved. He broke the protocol of silence. He flashed this before your eyes because heaven is in an uproar right now. There's a meeting going on in the clouds, and your name keeps echoing like thunder. The angels are whispering about your future. They're pointing toward you. Some are nervous. Some are joyful. Some are trembling. And the reason why? It's because something is about to be revealed that you were never supposed to know. But God says, you must know it now. There's no more time to hide it. No more time to protect you from it. Because not knowing has kept you in a spiritual prison. It's time to break the bars. Heaven didn't want you to see this yet because the weight of what's coming could change everything in your life. They feared you might not be ready. They didn't think you'd believe it. But Archangel Michael stepped forward, unsheathed his divine sword, and said, they've waited long enough. If we don't show them now, they may never get back what is theirs. So he sent this flash. He pushed this into your hands. And you're reading this now because you are the chosen one in this moment. There are things happening behind the curtain of your life. Quiet betrayals. Whispered prayers. Suppressed emotions. Prophecies spoken in dreams and forgotten upon waking. And through it all, God was watching you. And loving you. And waiting for the exact moment when he could say, "Now." Tell them. So here it is. You are not crazy for feeling like you've been watched. Because you have. The heavens have been watching you. Every step. Every breakdown. Every victory you whispered through tears. You were never alone. And while you were doubting yourself, the angels were fighting battles you couldn't see. You were under attack and you didn't even know. But heaven did. And that's why they shielded you, even when it felt like your life was falling apart. God says, there was a conversation about you last night. Archangel Raphael mentioned your name. So did Gabriel. So did your mother's spirit. And your ancestors. They came together because they saw something dangerous moving toward your path, something disguised as good, but crafted to steal your light. And yet, God says, you were not supposed to be destroyed. In fact, every attempt to harm you has only sharpened your spiritual sword. You thought you were being broken down, but God was building you in secret. He was preparing you for this moment. This exact day. Do you understand now why this is urgent? Because you're about to walk into a decision. A door. A message. A person. A situation. And God says, this next choice will change your life. That's why this message had to come. Because without it, you might walk into that next chapter unaware. Blind. Open-hearted and vulnerable. But now, the veil is lifted. Michael says, you have no idea how many prayers are circling around you. There are elders in heaven right now singing your name. There are spiritual warriors kneeling on clouds, asking God to move faster in your favor. Because they see what you don't. They see the miracle racing toward you. They see the blessing that's wrapped in silence, ready to erupt. But they also see the counterfeit. Yes, God says there is something false approaching you. It looks like love. It sounds like opportunity. It feels like healing. But it is not from Him. It's meant to distract you, slow you down, steal your voice. And if you say yes to it, you will delay your divine inheritance. That's why Michael broke the silence. That's why this message is in front of you. Heaven wants you to know this: you are being tested. The test isn't about your strength, it's about your awareness. Can you tell the difference between real and fake? Can you pause and pray before you act? Can you ask God before you say yes to what looks good? Because what's coming next will require discernment. God says, I am not keeping blessings from you. I am keeping you from poison. But soon, I will unleash the promise. And that promise? It's massive. It's something so big, your name is being whispered through kingdoms. Your name has reached ears you never expected. You are being spoken of in rooms you have never entered. Someone important, someone powerful, is watching you from afar. They've heard about you. And they're curious. Your spirit drew them in. Your light caught their eye. And God is orchestrating a divine meeting. But first, you must prepare. God says, you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are exactly where He needs you to be. But you've been doubting because everything feels so delayed. The people around you don't see your greatness yet. You keep giving, and all you feel is emptiness. But God says, that emptiness is about to overflow with abundance. That silence is about to shatter with good news. That isolation is about to birth your miracle. But you must not skip this message. Because this is your spiritual warning, and your invitation. Heaven is asking you, do you trust us? Do you trust that everything you lost will return in double measure? Do you trust that the delay was divine protection? Do you trust that what's next is better than anything you begged for in your past? Archangel Michael says, if they skip this message, their heart will ache without knowing why. They'll feel the shift but not understand the signs. They'll crave answers but find none. But if you open your spirit to this truth, if you pray, listen, and receive,